December 27 to 11 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. Oh, what the hell did I just press? God damn it. Why so glum, Maya? What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? We're about to find out. A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick. Oh. Yo, how's everyone doing? Hey, Butts. What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles. Huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yes. I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? She's a minor. She's not even 18 yet. Tread carefully, Larry. Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Oh god. Not sure how I feel about my hair at the minute, but I gotta get used to it, I think. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. Okay. Today's trial. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick. That boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. Bet G ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know. But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. But I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Aww. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me. Right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Aww. Not me? Yeah, I thought he meant like Maya and Larry. But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Oh, I just remembered what's coming up. Enough with the silent treatment. Edgeworth. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? He was more than that. Jay, if you're watching, you know exactly what I mean by that. You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes. Oh, that music. In grade school. Oh, I'm so excited for this! They saved me. Miles. And Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. I can't wait for this. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial, a class trial. A class trial? The class trial, let's go! You remember Larry? Spring, in the 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh? I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. How much would that be in yen? I think that's... I think like 3,000 yen? I think 3,000 yen. Let me check. 4,191 yen. Which sounds like a lot of money, but it actually isn't. Like for example, 100 yen in Japanese would be $1. Which is pretty cool. So yeah. That's a lot of money for lunch. Why would they pay so much for lunch? Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day, we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. Oh, here we go. I didn't do it. Guilty. He did it. Guilty. It was you. Thief. Give the money back. You're such a meanie. No one play with him. Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not going to play with you anymore. Yeah, no borrowing my eraser. He shouldn't be allowed in the relay race or the... Oh my god, give me back 50 cents. I loaned you blood. Blah, 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 blah. Jesus Christ. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. Aww, it's little Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. He shouldn't have to apologize. That's bad, sorry. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? There he is! He's so cute! It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? Look at him, he's so cute! No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? Hey, it's Larry. This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Typical that he has a plaster on his knee. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Wow. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. Amazing, they had stuff like this in school. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. I know, same Maya, same. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd have been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Yeah, after the trial. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. Oh, he's so cute. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Oh. And there's the DL6 music. Then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It is. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. I remember Cub Scout saying, but he looks like a freaking model. Look at him. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. Like a stalker. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. I mean, yeah, Phoenix was like... I don't blame Phoenix for wanting to know what happened and what went down. Even if he went, like, he was just so obsessed with trying to get in touch with him. And it's so crazy that anyone would go that far for like a friend that they used to know in school to get to this point. Like, that is the most dedicating thing I think I've ever heard a friend ever do for somebody. Like, even if you barely knew them, it's just crazy just how Phoenix spent all his years just to get in touch with him to find out what the hell happened to you, man. Like, it makes me think of like friends I knew in school, and whenever they transferred to another school, they transferred across to the other country. Or I hear from a friend and then they disappear. Like, it reminds me of a friend that I used to know who his behaviour wasn't really like good, shall we say. Like, he had issues and people would make fun of him, and it was just like, it was insane. And I can't remember the last time I saw him, but I remember a few years back. I'll put a timer if anyone wants to skip this story of mine, but I had such a good bond with that person, and I could imagine that's how Phoenix felt with Edgeworth. Like, he felt such a good bond with him. He thought, like, because there's a difference between romantic soulmate and platonic soulmate, and I feel like, because it surprises me with all the shippers out there. I probably shouldn't say that word because Twitch will probably ban me now. Yippee! But yeah, you can't write the word either because Twitch is just like, no, don't you dare say that word. But with like people who admire, shall we say, Phoenix and Edgeworth. I don't want to say the name because I just don't want to get banned or anything like that. Like, it's crazy how they banned such a word. But like, I see why people are just obsessed with the two of them, because it's a story like this that makes you think Phoenix was so dedicated to get in touch with an old friend, finding out everything that he did. And when I think back to an old friend of mine, I still don't know what he's doing, if he's still around or if he's even alive. But like, in the back of my mind, I would like to know, like, what they're doing right now, and, you know, if they've gotten their life together, if it's still the same, like, what are they doing? You know, it's crazy. And, like, I got in touch with a good friend of mine who was friends with that person, and I never got close to even ask, have you heard from so and so? Like, are they still around? Are they okay? Etc. etc. And I'm not as dedicated as Phoenix is right here, but it will always sometimes be at the back of my mind where I'm just like, what is that person up to? I wonder, are they still around? Etc. etc. And it's just crazy how Phoenix went so far just to try and contact him, and with like Edgeworth being like a famous prosecutor and everything, it just makes you think, what did he do to try and get in touch with him, you know? That's why I joked about him being a stalker and that. I don't want to spoil something that happens in this game. It's in Trials and Tribulations, I think, but it gives you more of the backstory about Phoenix and what he basically does to become a lawyer, but I cannot say because of spoilers for anybody who hasn't played Trials and Tribulations or has seen Trials and Tribulations. But I would love to play that one day, just so you can all see how it all unfolds. It's such incredible story writing, and that's what I love about this game and why it's one of my favourite games of all time. Because it's just crazy how there's a main character and there's a rival. You hate that rival, but then they give you a rival backstory that is just sad and tragic and you feel really bad for them, and they connect to the main character in a way, and it's just excellent story writing. Like, for a 2001 game, you gotta think, like, it blows my mind. Like, Shu Takumi, who I think wrote this story, like, alongside the other games, you're a genius, man. Like, you're a genius. Like, you are so good at what you do. I just saw something pop up. Why is it banned? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know why the word is banned. You can't even say... Well, I'll say that word later, but... I don't know. I'll have to look up a meaning as to why, but, okay. Let's get back into the game. I wanted to meet him. That's when I decided... Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? Yeah. Like I said, he goes to that extreme just to get in touch with an old friend. Like, it's mind-blowing. And it makes you, like, think. It makes sense why fans go crazy for the two of them, because Phoenix is just like, you know what? If he won't meet me, then I will take things my way. I'm just gonna take up the same job near as him. Crazy, crazy, crazy. If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Mad. Makes you wonder what goes through Edgeworth's mind. He's just like, what is wrong with you? Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So is that why you helped me out for free? Yeah. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick. 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 We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. First there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Whew. That was a lot to take in. Alright, Larry, I'll see you later. Yeah, what am I doing? Can we see... yeah. There we go. Yeah, that story was a lot to unfold. Hello, Gummy Wummy. Hey, pal, long time no see. We just saw you yesterday. Or the day before, I don't know. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No prob, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. I love you. If I was Phoenix, I would have gone, I love you. And Gumshoe's just at the end like, say that to Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping. Why? The woods are off limits to camping and apparently the park ranger found out. Whoops. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. Fair enough. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble, but Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Jesus Christ. I love this game so much. Okay. Once I get Ace Attorney out the way, the next Ace Attorney game we'll be playing is Justice for All. Oh, I forgot there's a bonus episode after Turnabout Goodbyes. Oh yeah, Rise of the Ashes. That was never in the original, but my god is it good. It's so good. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. He meant the steel samurai, Maya. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Maybe. I think I remember this part. I think this investigation's quite small too, so we'll be at the trial. That old caretaker got away. Yup. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. What's his name? What was his name? It begins with a G. Oh god, I forgot his name. Gold something? I'd know that clear enough to throw anywhere. Oh, Grossberg. That's the one. Aha! Hello! What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, hmm? Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see? Reminds me of Cyprus. Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Okay. Hopefully nobody's in here. Oh, Polly. Caretaker's shack. Nobody's home. Hello, hello, what? Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, hello, what? I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello, hello, what? Phew. Hello. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's going to hate me. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. What? Let's open it, Nick. Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aw. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. Excuse me. I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick? Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Marsy's live, yay. Sorry. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in call. It's all here in perfect detail. Edgeworth was just a kid. Why would you get revenge on him? He did nothing wrong. Poor thing. Poor Edgeworth. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are the instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond, he called out Edgeworth. He was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Yep, it details the murder and setup. How messed up is that? Like, so messed up. Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right, but don't all fish on the wall here look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we didn't see him. Why do I feel like we're having 2 different conversations here? The trash? Ugh! What's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just when I saw the TV I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Oh. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you. I wanted to check the trash bin, though. Oh, anything? There's nothing left in the safe. I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him. He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial. Okay, so I think that's it. We'll check that. It doesn't look like he used this kitchen much. You're right. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What, you thought he was telling the truth? Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. I guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. Alright, that's it. Let's go to... Let's see if Edgeworth's here. There he is. Hello, Edgy boy. Okay. I really hope I get through this. Okay, let's go. Okay, audio's good. Hopefully you'll like the voice acting. I got a voice actor for the judge. He's probably my favourite every time I play this. Okay. You look as grim as always. Oh yeah, I read this part. Mr. Edgeworth? I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you've changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Remember talking about these two things, but I don't mind going through them again to get back to where I was, so why prosecute? Hey Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. The defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, I'm a little bit out of frame. There we go. The 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. Okay, Prosecutor Von Karmer. What's your relationship with Von Karmer? Oh, Mev, thank you for the host. Thank you. What's your relationship with Von Karmer? I was like, did I do that? Alrighty then. I forgot I did that. He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life. He is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karmer does is his job to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. There's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Okay, so letter from the safe. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This note details the murder and setup. Edgeworth? See this letter? Hmm? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. He angry. Revenge? On me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right. But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then. Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men? Meaning myself and Robert Hammond? It also says this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident, the one who was found innocent. I think this is where he got up to. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. And then that huge earthquake happened. Oh, great, I have to put myself through this sad story again. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe. Quiet! I said quiet, you're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help! Get us out! Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. Huh? But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right? Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. But you didn't do it. I have played this before. But I won't spoil anything that happens in the game. I try to keep spoilers to a minimum. I think the time has come to tell all. Here we go again. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing. In the dark. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet, I said quiet, you're not making this any easier. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe! You're using up my air! What? Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you! Ugh. What are you? Stop breathing my air! No! Father! He's attacking Father! Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Ah! And with that dream, I wake. I feel so bad for him, I really do. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has run in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That Ford is the only thing that's kept me sane from the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? You said that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. But you didn't. I hate this part. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do. Like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe... There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about DL6. And we're just gonna leave him like that. Okay. So with that bombshell, let's go to Grossberg. God. Mr. Grossberg, we need your help. Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding. I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened, It's Mr. Edgeworth. He... And we're gonna explain it all to him, yeah. I see. So, Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father? It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder... What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, Well... Also consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to some surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real, as you imagined. Aww. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done. Don't say it like that. No. I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. But he didn't do it. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Trite. That makes me think of a certain character that we see later in the game. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? Oh God, what happened to my voice there? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result? He has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. The spirit medium. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fay. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. Let's do my best impression of a spirit medium, okay? I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Oh god. I tried to think of the one from the live action. She was like, Yanni Yogi. I can't remember how she did it, but like precisely, but it was something along those lines. Yet Yogi was found innocent. Very nice. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought she was UC. Yeah. Now that I think about it. Seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless. I know he's theorizing it, but it's just like you can't believe it. It's just no. Oh yeah, should I present this to him? Oh, so this is the letter? It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake but for his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait. What is it? This letter? Uh-oh. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before a long time ago. Oh god, here we go. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Could it be Manfred von Karma? Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. I do. Von Karma. Von Karma. Oh, wait. You're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means that the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... Correct. Manfred von Karma himself. Dun dun dun! What does this mean then? It means we're fucked. Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? Oh god, Oh, after his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Oh, so they did mention that. Yeah, how sad is that? God, I don't know what to represent. Or do I not represent anything? Here we go. I was going to say, I thought I had to present something. If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. No. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no. But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court and Von Karma did win. Just in case. Just in case. Just in case. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscared. Gregory versus Manfred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow! Must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. It was the first and last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. Oh, for fuck's sake. Europe. I remember having this discussion with a viewer of mine when Resident Evil Village was on. They were living in, I assume, Romania. And they was like, you know, things are different now that we've moved to Europe. And I'm like, you do know that there are many countries in Europe and you could just say a specific country instead of Europe. I think it would be easier. Just pick a random location in Europe. But they just go for Europe. And it could really be anywhere. But, oh well, it's not a big deal. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd, if he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is going to bring up DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd killed someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright? If you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. The police materials? Okay. Once again, we are going to save. I'm just going to keep on saving, because I do not want to lose everything. I think maybe we go back to the offices. 1 day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. We're no time to waste. Let's get going. Okay. So, criminal affairs? I think this is where we need to go. Oh boy. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well, now I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he's just arrived actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry. He's up to no good. Oh God. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. Oh, hello. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases evidence. Unsolved cases? Nick! The file for DL6. It's completely empty. Uh-oh. What? What are you doing in here? Speaking of Dusty. Ew! Von Karma. You. How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. He has such a creepy smile, like, back away, my dude. They are like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. He was also like a father figure to him when you think about it. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. English, please. Just like his father, always second rate. Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival? That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. I would like to think it is. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. I don't want to do it, but we have to show him the letter. I'll have to reword what you just said to me. Von Karma's smile is the face I make when I fart and wait to see me to smell it. I mean, well, he's not doing the face now, but yeah. Oh, I don't want to show this to him, but we have to. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yana Yogi to commit murder. Yeah, how about that? Yana Yogi? How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. Oh God. That's when I would have ran out the door. I would have been like... So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter? Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick, what is that thing? Oh God. A stun gun for self-defense. Usually. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. He looks psychotic. 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now give me the letter. No! No! Whoa, what are you... Nick, run! Ah! Maya! Maya! Out of my way. 10 out of 10 voice acting. That's messed up. Oh, he got us. Kick him in the nuts. If I was Phoenix, yeah, I would have been like, you ain't getting this letter. Dush. The letter's gone. Of course. And he took the DL6 out of evidence. All of it. Back to having no clues. Wait. Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? She's fine. Maya! Maya, open your eyes. Maya! See, she's fine. The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm not good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Oh. Maya. Ugh. There has to be some way I can help her. I'd better do something about her self-confidence first. Give her a hug. Maya, she's holding something. Yes. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident, evidence number 7. Taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. Lovely. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Still bears clear ballistic markings, and I can see the Japanese writing slightly. DL6 bullets stashed in a pocket. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. Yes. It's a bit late, but I've been semi-lurking, but now I'm gonna lurk. Gonna pick up some pizza. Ooh. Nice. Enjoy that pizza. And we'll see you soon. Yeah, definitely save it. Oh, no. New save data. I always make a separate one. Okay, the final day trial. Okay. Let's do this. Hopefully this one won't take too long, because I usually stop streaming about this time, but with all the time that's been wasted with the stream, I'm gonna keep going. Okay. December 28, 9:51 AM. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it. This is it. You remember this line, right? This is it. Judgment Day. Dun 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 dun. Oh god. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Whoa! Oh, I remember this. I still have the clips. I know what's coming up. Whoa! Well, what's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. It didn't run off on her, but it ran off on him, which is a bit odd. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry. I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Imagine that. She's like... Oh god, poor Maya. Maya? Maybe you should go outside and discharge. Oh, this poor girl. Right, good idea. She just jogs intensely until it all runs out. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa, pal. She shocked Gumshoe. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth? Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. That a boy. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Can you shock me, Maya, please? Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. Yes, we are. Okay. Let's do this. Judgy-wudgy impression coming. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity.
Witness? Why did you run away yesterday?
The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. Bullshit, he was caught.
I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony.
God, that's so gross. I can't remember what voice I gave him. I think it was like this.
I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away for nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is.
And he goes back to sleep.
Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we?
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. Phew. Why I left court. Sorry about leaving yesterday like I did. Okay. Let's just get rid of that. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? Figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct?
Yep. Seems like it.
Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying and show the court proof, how am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well. Witness, please continue. Emily, I'm busy. You'd need one of those motive things, yeah? How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Fuck off. He's driving me crazy with these objections. Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. Well, you did. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor?
You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or lack thereof, into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case?
Yes. Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Well, duh.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor. Oh, now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name.
Gregory Edgeworth. I wished. Yanni Yogi or Robert Hammond. It's Yanni Yogi. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident.
It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jump into conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yana Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law. As you may recall, you need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yana Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor? Please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yana Yogi 15 years ago.
I see, that makes sense.
Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints, yeah. What? What, no fingerprints?
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff, yup.
What? Yogi, you sneak! You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. How messed up is that? And in the live action movie of Ace Attorney, you actually see him doing it. He has all this this liquid chemical in this container, and he literally dips his fingers into it, and he yells out in pain. Like, the fact that he did that just to hide his past is incredibly messed up.
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No! Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? Seems that the case has been decided, no? No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we going to do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, hmm? Oh, I think we all know what's about to happen. Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor, this is the most insane moment I've ever seen. Oh God. The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Take Mr. Von Karma up?
On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Oh Christ, I'm so happy about this bit.
Order. Order. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please, be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yeah, I'm doing it. Let Okay, breathe. Oh, my phone is dying. Not now, please. Alright, back to the game. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. And I'm deadly serious. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least I think so.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot. What?
Fuck's sake.
That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name. The witness is ignoring me.
Must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
I love it.
Hello? Hello? What? Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far.
Very well, begin your cross-examination. Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? I guess press her on hello. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? What's your name? Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly, what's your name?
Polly. What? Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
Yes. Yes, it does. Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... I think the DL6 incident... Suspect data, his, fiancée Polly Jenkins.
The DL6 case file?
Oh, that's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on then? Show us or stop wasting our time.
Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name?
Suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see?
Indeed it does say that, yes.
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly!
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her.
I see. I guess that is possible.
But a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Pfft, please, where's your proof? Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. What the fuck?
Indeed.
What the hell?
Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence.
Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we could just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what?
Very well, witness. You may continue.
Let's see. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? Have we forgotten something? Safe number. Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack?
1228. 1228. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
Actually, it does. That's why I had to say it. Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? It's the case summary, yeah. 1228. Boom. The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number?
Case summary. It's on the case summary page.
The case summary?
Specifically the date on which the DL6 incident occurred.
The date of the incident? December 28th? Right as today's date, 15 years ago.
And the number on that safe is 1228.
Ah.
He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him.
I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Oh, what reason do you have now? Ugh. This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1. Ooh, God complex much? Oh, God. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing. Well, that number for you, that had something to do with your narcissism, I think.
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that's all.
True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately.
Yes.
Witness, tell us your name.
Here, wait. This witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. Here we go. Here he is. There he is himself. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nikki looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think, finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years.
Ooh, well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court.
My name? is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Phew. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi. So was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death?
Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond. He said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, the social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets.
Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean?
I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
Von Karma? Where is Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
Then the defendant Miles Edgeworth is...
innocent. In this case, at least.
Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand?
I'm not ready for this next part. It's so sad.
There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
not guilty. Yay! We did it.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
No.
Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Oh God, what do I do? If I remember... What would happen if I eject? Fuck, what do I do? I'm gonna save it and see what happens. Because I know that he does have to tell the story. Well, what would happen if I object? The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. Shit. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer. The criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess to my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. This is painful. This is absolutely painful. I hate this.
Order! Order!
I'm trying to stand my phone up. I'm trying to see your messages. And I don't want it to fall. Stay.
This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
Oh boy. Ugh. It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago.
I think I would like it to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
This is the part that I'm really nervous about. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. No, you don't. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy, just crazy. Nick? What are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case for what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. See? Phoenix is such a true friend, he never gives up on him. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream, it's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. My heart. Don't break my heart. Oh.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
Judge. Miles Edgeworth has admitted to his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book.
I see. Does the defense have any objections?
Nope. No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
I'm just gonna save. I'm just gonna save. Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please. Please. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. I don't believe you.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream?
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of events. My screen has changed colour, but I just realised I got like a blue light thing activated. Ugh, the same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honour. Thankfully I remember what to do, because this case is very memorable to me. This is the reason I love Miles Edgeworth. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe, yep. Just then something heavy fell, picked it up. Gunshot and then a scream. And then if I check this... Victim data. Yeah, one bullet was found in the heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. That was it. Let's go. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and then the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
No, Your Honour, unfortunately you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. Oh, fuck off. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles' testimony? Miles Edgeworth's testimony, forgive me. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? Yeah.
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Your Honour, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. Please. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. Are you sure about that? What?
I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at a time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case?
Yes. Your Honour, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible.
Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
Yes. Miles, please look away. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago.
I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where?
Your Honor, please. Please get a clue. And go to Specsavers. Show the judge the contradiction in this photo. Ta-da! As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see a bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course. Of course you're gonna reject. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. I'm gonna get my glasses ready. Try the case summary page. The case summary, that's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. Well, maybe you had shitty detectives. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
He does have a point.
The second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Gah! How did this happen? Save. I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it, I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But for now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Ah, yeah. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick,
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only one bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely. Getting flashbacks for when we voice acted this all out.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, even though that was not your intention?
You didn't do it. Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today right here.
No. Right now.
No, no, no. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
I have an objection. I'm not letting this end. Oh, Your Honor. Your Honor. I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, Oof. Nick, I don't know, his case is perfect. Excuse me. Oh no. Grr. It must exist. Mia! The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist. But where? Someone took it. It seems right.
It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed.
What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
But I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer. The murderer. And tell us just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet, but why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet?
He had to find it or he didn't need it. He didn't need it. And I know why. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor? I had no idea what I'm doing. Oh, well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to? Mr. Wright, what do you mean?
Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer.
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened?
Let me get this straight. So, at the time of the murder, the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime.
Yeah. I guess that's how it would work, yeah.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean
The murderer came from outside, yes. Yeah. Let's go. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet... Yeah. The bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Yeah.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
But he will. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident? He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. How? Must have been quite a shock from Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecution. Let me rephrase that. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean... it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Say it now. Do it. Do it. Your Honor, that is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
My hands are shaking.
For what?
My nose is running. Von Karma.
Von Karma?
Here we go.
You mean V. Von Karma, the prosecutor? The one standing right over there? You don't object?
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Ugh. Nick, Let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth. I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Exactly. Ugh, nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... makes a noise when metallic objects are near. Bullets are metallic, so... Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean...
I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Imagine how painful that would be.
Is that even possible? For all these years?
Wouldn't his muscles get infected or something? Well, there's only one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. Uh-oh. I refuse.
You refuse? But refusing this means...
You acknowledge that...
Oh, you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you?
Busted.
Order! Order! Order!
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Yeah, we got him.
Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Yes. He reacted. Something inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen. And so, I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. You're lying.
But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I.
Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. Dun 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 dun.
That's a bullet?
Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings? You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Yeah.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? Ten out of 10 voice acting. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait. I know. Here we go. Help. I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. It was him. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. From Karma. It was you who screamed. Got him.
Mr. Von Karma? Edgeworth! Only you would dare to find me!
So it was you.
You and your father are my curse!
God, giving him proper brain damage right there. Jesus, scary. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death! Death! Jesus, that hurt my head. See, I would have done the voice acting a bit louder, but it's a little late. 15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor. A for voice acting. Could have been better. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalised. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me? Penalised? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. And that's when he did it. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was my destiny. How dare you? In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Pfft. You asshole. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge. Whoa, what? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now. End it.
Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor?
You were innocent. You are innocent.
I just want to cuddle him.
As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
not guilty. Yes! We did it! We saved our boy.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Phew. We did it. We saved our boy. Nick! Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He was deemed edge-worthy. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. Here's a hug. You need it. So it's finally over, Edgeworth. I love this music. It's so nice. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Woo! Amazing, pal. You pulled through, just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? Aww. See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. Oh god, here we go. That's how you say thank you. Oh boy. I see. You know what's about to happen. Woo! I feel foolish. worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. God, imagine how awkward he must have felt during that moment. Just like, woo! I feel foolish. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey y'all! Mother! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. It's funny because it's true. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Let me guess, your girlfriend dumped you. Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Fiancé. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Oh. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts. You come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, you're Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me? It's got money in it. Oh yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh? A weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. Phoenix. $38 exactly? Nick? Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? 38? No. No! Larry, it was you! Why are you so surprised about what are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I was never that good at history. And, you know, you could have told, poor guy. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, Ryan, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, it sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. What does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Ouch. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily too. Double ouch. The death sentence for both of you. And if only I had known, I'd have become a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Wanna switch, right? Hey y'all, line up, I'll take a photo. Forgive my bad country accent, Mev. Hey, how you doing? Hey, photo time, let's go. It's been nerve-wracking, but it's been awesome. And after that, dinner on me. Oh, we're gonna get that picture. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Even though he was declared innocent? Someone pay his bail. That is not fair. You can't just celebrate dinner without having him around. December 29th, 5:02 AM, Ranko Law Offices. That's very late. Phew. Whoa. I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Oh yeah. Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? Gah! The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station! This is so pretty. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! At least you get to say goodbye. So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Oh. Yeah, hold it. Wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. That's not true. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up, yep. This. A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. It's true. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay. I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run our office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. Uh-oh. Time to go. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Aww. Aww. Bye-bye. Thanks, Nick. I'll miss you. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Yeah. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Shu Takumi, you freaking legend. Yeah. Hey pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Woohoo! Detective Gumshoe! Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? I could just picture that. Oh, Suekane, you are so talented. Larry? Huh? Nick? Nah, haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Of course. Tatsuro Iwamoto. Hey, I remember him. Who? Right? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Did you now? Main programming, Noriyuki Otani. Oh yeah, I remember him. Phoenix Wright. The defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know I've taken over management of Gateway Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. That was a good case. Masakatsu Endo. Grossberg? Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright? Oh yes, Mia's understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing, haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Masakazu Sugimori. They are so good with the music. Oh, old bag. Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you find blah 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 blah? That's how she talks. Sound effects by Atsushimori. Nice name. Atsushimori. Mori is forest in Japanese. Will Powers, I'm pleased to announce The Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that to Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know. The words do go by pretty fast. Publicity by Hiroshi Nakaya and Ayumi Terada. Penny! Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. Sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She said she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway? Yumiko Ichida. Oh yeah, there's Cody. Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess, alright? But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day. And I saw her, the one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy at my tender age. I'm gonna guess it was old bag. Atsushi Inaba. Lot of heart. Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Huh? Me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them there's a ghost. For real. Now that's telling. I'm gonna be famous. She's right. Are we gonna see that photo? executive producer Shinji Mikami. Whew. Let's see the photo. Yes! And there's Mia. She's right there. Just right there. Ah, oh, looky at me smiling. I'm so happy. Yep. We have one more episode. A brand new episode has been added. Rise from the Ashes. This is a really, really good episode. And I said it earlier, but it was not in the original. This is new. Like, it's brand new and it's amazing. It's so well written. Okay, so we are going to make a new save. Yeah. Gonna make a new save. And yeah. I don't know when we'll be doing Rise from the Ashes, but hopefully very soon. And I cannot wait. Whew. That took a long day today, but that was worth it. Absolutely worth it. Okay. We saved our boy. Oh my god, that was a lot to take in. Phew. I'm very exhausted after all that. But it was so worth it. I cannot wait to do episode 5 as soon as I can. That one's gonna be great.